Hello and welcome back to Married to Marriage. I'm Kayla.
And I am Antoine.
And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, and that is our kids.
Yeah.
I really like being a mom. I really love our children. I really love the fact that we have children, which is wild because I never really pictured myself with kids. Like in relationships, especially when I first met you, you treated me so well that I never wanted to share that
Okay. We'll let it all out the
with a
bag.
child. I mean, I'm just being real, just being real. And so then my dad passed away, and I felt like we needed to at least have some sort of legacy to continue for our family, like in your name, your lineage, all of that. Because I just started to process the importance of it. And so then we had Duke, our firstborn. And I thought, this is it. I am going to be one and done because I enjoyed being his mom so much that I could not fathom loving another child as much as I loved him. And then you wanted a baby girl real bad. And so we got pregnant again, but we lost that child. And so I thought, that's it. We're meant to have only one child. Like, I'm meant to be the greatest mom to one baby.
Yeah.
And like be well with it. And then our miracle baby happened, Anaya. And I was like, okay, well, we could do a boy and a girl. Like, we're set. That's it. And you said, let's try one more time.
Why did I say that? Because I was really like in the mood for another baby.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
And you wanted, like, it's important to know who you marry, ladies. Because I knew he wanted kids. Like, let's not get it twisted. I knew he wanted children, which is what made me more excited about having kids. And so when we had Duke, he was such a great dad that it threw me for a loop of like, I mean, I could watch him do this again, which is where they trick you. And so even doing the one and done with just Duke, he was such an exceptional dad that when he said, oh, I really want a baby girl, I was like, I'll give you that baby girl. And then you came to me and said, I think we should just do one more. And I was like, no. Like, I was adamant about not having another baby. And you were like, I want to continue this legacy with one more. You really wanted it to be a boy. We've gotten everything that we could ever ask the Lord for.
Yeah.
With the two that we had. Like, we don't take it for granted. I literally should not be able to have Anaya right now. And on top of then saying, I had the audacity to say no to having a third miracle baby. I think that's where that's where I went wrong.
Yeah.
Anyway, and
You're
so
fine.
we had a third.
It's our body, not just your body.
Yeah, our body.
It's our body.
It is.
For all the ones who think it's just y'all body, it's our body in this marriage. Anytime I invest into you, it's a joint venture.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is your bank account
That is holding.
That's holding all the money. And so, one, thank you for, even right now, I'm understanding that sacrifice you made to do that. I think while you're talking, I was like, man, that's why I work so hard. I'm trying to match the level of output you put in our kids, physically and emotionally, all those things, with what I do for the home. I think that's what I've been trying to do.
Oh, Schmooby. What a great therapy session we're having right now.
Yeah. I'm not going to get teary-eyed. Anyway.
You don't.
But because I've seen you in the worst pain of your life 3 times. And that's special. And there's memories a dad will have, a father, a husband will have. Remember walking you down the aisle, or you coming down the aisle, that was like an itch moment for me. It's the same feelings I get with my kids when they were on the day they were born, because I remember it extremely vividly.
And he doesn't remember things very well.
I don't remember much. And the thing is, I don't want to remember a lot of things, to be honest. I only want to remember the things that I want to remember. And those are just
Etched in your mind.
the Jesus picture in your grandmama's house that's always up. Those little things that you remember. So, yeah, just thank you as you go through all these kids and even all the drama and problems that they cause now. You sacrifice yourself a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's not really where I was going with this, but thank you
Yeah,
for that.
it's just, it's late.
Yeah.
It's 1 a.m. in the morning. That's all. It's
Anyway, with having multiple children or having any children, the thing I think that was important is that before we even had children, we had a discussion about how we would raise our children and the foundation that we wanted our children to have. We knew we wanted to homeschool if we had kids. We knew we wanted them to be raised knowing God, loving God, knowing Jesus for themselves, not just because we know God, not just because we go to church, but we wanted them to have their own special relationship and to make the decision for themselves to follow Christ all the days of their lives. And so some of those things we laid as a foundation. And so it just made me think about, like, we're raising kingdom kids in a kingdom marriage while doing kingdom business. And that's not a small thing to be doing. Like, it sounds easy.
Yeah.
And really, some of it is. Like, not to, sometimes we can over spiritualize things. Some of it is extremely easy. We just do it in our everyday lifestyle. We show our kids who they should be, how they should act, what a marriage should look like, how they should love in our everyday actions. But there are some things now as parents that I look at as we're doing, disagreements, music we're playing, shows they're watching, that I think, is this what I want my children to remember? Is this who I want my children to know? Is this what I want etched into their brains? How do I want them to view marriage for the rest of their lives? And so a lot of that comes with, I don't know about y'all, we grew up in Black households. Your mom didn't really apologize much to you growing up. Did yours?
not at all.
Yeah. As children, we didn't really hear.
No.
I'm sorry. We heard scriptures and, like, this is why I'm beating your behind.
Yeah.
But not a lot of, like, let me come to you and, like, apologize afterwards and explain myself. And so I think that was really important for us to be able to do. But the first place that started was in our marriage.
Yeah.
Like, I have to be able to come to you and apologize, repent. You know what I mean? Like, do all those things. That sounded real spiritual. Repent upon, not in a way of like I'm idolizing him or putting him on a pedestal, but like in the true definition of repent.
Yeah.
Like to say something to someone and then stop
Rethink
doing
it.
it. Yeah.
Rethink it.
That way. And so modeling those things in our marriage has made it easier to be able to model those things for our children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up in a household where I had no governance,
Yeah.
besides the Lord's word,
I had a lot of governance.
you had a lot of governance. I think there's that unique balance that we're learning. Like, hey, I think that's why we're the opposite.
I think so.
Because I'm like the law. I'm gonna be right on rice with everything. I ain't said that in 25 years. Sorry.
That was a dad saying.
Be white on rice right now. Grease on chicken. And that's the reason why you're kind of like, oh babe, this is
Yeah.
because the discipline I wish probably would have got or probably needed. I'm overcompensating sometimes,
Ooh, look at therapy.
but maybe not.
Microphones are
Maybe I'm
therapists.
perfect at mine. Maybe it needs to be thrashed.
Back up.
No, I'm being for real. Well, I wrote down too, like here I wrote God. You know how in America we say God of war. We love saying stuff like that. We love associating God with the war for some reason.
That's so weird.
Just because it's an Old Testament kind of thing. And then, right underneath that, I put Jesus and then like love. And so I feel like as the lead, as the head here, as the father of the house, and I share this with men too. So I want you to go deep and be spiritual, but also be practical. That men, we're the only other entity in the entire universe that shares that title with God, Father. Well, we're a father for those of us who are blessed who are can. Even if it's not our direct children, we are a father figure to somebody usually, hopefully. We need more fathers, and all you men who are men, because all of you are men. And we're a son. We all come to this earth as a son, and we transfer into the Father. And so when it comes to this, when I think about God, you think about God, and God is just matchless. God is just loving. He's just like, no, he was pretty thrashful and very hey,
I mean, he flooded the earth.
yeah, he was
Let's be
thrashing
real.
armies and all kinds of stuff. But when Jesus comes, he's that love side of God that he probably wish he could show more of. Because that was really the message of Jesus. Like, how do you know all this stuff? Why would you want all these things? Why would you want to live in this life without love? And that's what he said to us, to the greatest of any of the commandments that he can give was love. And I feel like that's how it is in our marriage, where, I have a lot of love for my kids. And I show a lot of love, but I will send off some troops real quick just to make sure things are in order and in line. I feel like I'm the war of the family a little bit, and then you're the love and grace of the family. And sometimes it changes.
It does. I
It
mean, it has
changes,
to be,
too.
you'd push me to the very edge for it to change,
Yeah.
but sometimes it changes.
But I didn't have any of those dynamics growing up, but I got to see that from afar through my relationships with my friends and their families and all that. So when it comes to being an example to our kids, one scripture comes to mind, Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way that they should go. Even when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Yeah.
I've heard that since I was a child.
Same.
I've heard that, and that is true.
100%.
It's true. Super true. And not like a religious, we're built into the faith and to we're doing it's like, no, it's not only a commandment, it's a strategy.
But even for non-Christians,
Yeah.
like even if you never believed in God or the Bible, this still holds true. If you train up a child in the way they should go, integral, giving grace, built in love, they will not depart from it. Now, there are some instances, hence why we have jail,
Yeah.
hence why we have mass shootings, hence why, you know what I mean?
A lot of baby mamas.
I didn't even think about it that way.
Hey, yeah.
But I mean,
That's
the
somebody's
basis of train up a child in the way they should go, if you're doing it correctly and not overcompensating or what do you call it?
Sheltering.
Yeah. Over sheltering a child. Most of the time, they're going to remember their foundation of what they learned as a child.
Well, that goes to speak for all of our lives. Like, even though we feel like the lucky ones out of the family, like, we didn't have a crazy, crazy life. We ain't been through nothing super crazy. Like, we just happened to make enough right decisions to keep us, like, near the line.
Yeah.
I believe in your family, even in my family, our siblings can't say the same. But where we all have ended up,
Very true.
we all alive.
Yeah.
And we're
We all
way
love-
better than where we were, no matter what we've been through.
Every
And
one of our siblings loves the Lord.
loves the Lord. All parents.
All
Besides
parents.
my sister,
Yeah.
Renisha. But she's a great auntie.
She's the best.
And yeah, it may curve out, but that's what it says. Even when they're old, they will not depart. No matter how far. So we want that for our kids, and we want you to have that too for your kids.
Yeah, I think one of the things that comes to mind when I'm talking about like overprotection and overcompensating for your children is some people start to make children an idol in their marriage.
Tell us how.
Like it's such a big thing, especially on social media and all this stuff of like, I have a child, I have children, look how great they are. Look at what they can do. look at all that we're putting them into. We have friends who have children who are in certain sports and competitions and stuff, and that's their entire life. You know what I mean? And that's making your child an idol. We can't do this because our child has to do this. We can't do this because we're doing this for our child. Our child is the superstar of our family, and everybody does everything for the child. One of the things we said when we started having kids, especially when we had Duke, is that we don't change for Duke. Duke is coming into our lives.
Yeah.
So he will change with us because we do not live a normal life. We knew we were going to homeschool. We were already entrepreneurs, not working a regular 9-to-5 job. I mean, you weren't. I kind of was. But, like, you know, by the time we had him, I wasn't. And so we knew, like, we would take him to movies. He didn't have us at bedtime. We didn't sleep train because we felt like by having a child, he was an addition to our marriage, but not something that we had to change in order to have him.
Yeah, a lot of people think that too. Like, oh man, I'm about to have this baby.
Man, do you remember when we got, they were like, oh, your whole life gonna change.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all about the baby. And I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, not all about the Benjamins or the baby.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah.
We did like, children don't really require that much.
They don't really require. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
keep them alive.
You got to feed them, change them, love them,
Keep 'em
make
alive.
sure they can sleep and they're not dirty.
Yeah,
Like, it's not much. You don't need all these millions of dollars and hundreds of dollars worth of equipment and
goodness.
things and all these things that people tried to tell us that we needed for our babies.
yeah,
We didn't. We had the basic safety stuff, and he just came with us everywhere. We did road trips with him. We trained him from the very beginning. Like, we took him to movies, and he was the best little baby. And although adding multiple children to that kind of changed our ways, only because we then had to think of, okay, now he's 3 and then we have a baby. Or
Yeah.
like now he's 5 and we have a 2-year-old and we have a baby. Like, it's just,
she's a girl. She cries all the time and needs more attention. And
oh my God. That baby cried a lot. She still cried a lot.
yeah,
But some of those things had to change. Like, we couldn't take as many road trips or we couldn't do as many things that we did when we just had one child, which is kind of why I wanted to be one and done, you know what I mean? But we still didn't allow having children to change who we were in our marriage or who we were as individuals. A lot. I did. Because I had to. Because I had to put being a mom above being just myself. But in that, I did not allow being a mom to come above being a wife.
yeah,
Because I think it's so important for us to keep our marriage strong, because we need it to be an example to our children and not compromise who we were as husband and wife in order to be mom and dad.
yeah. And having the right spouse, like even hearing my wife talk, the reason why it gets easier, why it could be easier, is when you have either the right spouse or you guys learn how to line up to get in the right position to take off the pressure and the load of having to be a mom or dad. Like, it'll be the most natural thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
But also, like, give each other space and breaks to become the thing that you already are and is built in. And so, yeah, I hate to say that's kind of been a breeze, because today it's like, what the heck is wrong with y'all kids? Because they all got their
As
own
they've gotten
personality.
older, their
and
personalities have shown. And
it's literally, y'all. You don't need TV. You
No.
don't need TV. But when it comes to raising these kids, I think training them, I'm very, very hard on like what they should do and what they not should do. Literally every day, probably 10 to 20 times a day.
That man called them children's names so many times throughout the day, and I'm like, baby, leave them alone for a minute. But I think I read a thing that said, growing up as a bedroom child, if you were a child that spent a lot of time in your bedroom, you ended up having kids who were living room children, and it just means that they don't want to be away from you all the time. So for me, whenever they do want to go play by themselves for the whole 10 minutes, don't call their name.
What are you talking about?
Because as soon as we have an upstairs, downstairs. Our children's entire suite is upstairs. Everything about them, for them, is upstairs. Their bedroom, their toys, everything. And our bedroom's downstairs.
Did you say sweet?
Yeah, they have.
Doesn't that sound privileged?
But that's what it is. They are privileged. They should know it. But whenever they go upstairs, they're always downstairs. We're in the kitchen. They're in our room. They're in the living room. They're somewhere where I am at all times. 1 out of 3. When all 3 of them finally want to go upstairs and play together, my husband will come out and be like, where are the kids? What y'all doing up there? I'm like, if you could just give them that 10 minutes, because it's only going to last 10 minutes before someone starts arguing or crying or coming down, blah, blah.
I got it. Hey.
And he wants to know every 4 minutes, what are the kids doing now? They're playing. Please. Please.
Just checking in.
Leave them alone.
It's concierge service.
We are very different in our parenting styles like that.
Well, I think I get it because I don't, especially for Duke and knowing their sisters up there, teaching them how to protect their sisters. I'm training them how to honor women, protect women, treat women. Yes, your sister, but she's not a dude. She's way more fragile, and she's handling
we also talk
cargo.
about we talk about this a lot of like how you guys treat your sister, well, how she'll see it in the future for a man to treat her, or a boyfriend to treat her, or a husband to treat her. And if she's like, oh, well, my brothers always did this was fine, would that be okay and acceptable if you saw someone else doing it to her? And we start that now early. I know it seems early, but like she's 7, our oldest is 10. Like these are type of things that we're starting to instill into them. Yeah. Because again, train up a child in the way they should go. And when they are older, they'll never depart from it. Mm-hmm. Our boys are opening doors for me and Anaya. Yeah. Our boys are saying, yes, ma'am, here's flowers. They're thinking ahead for the things because I want when they do eventually have girlfriends and fiancés and wives. For her to be treated so well because we train them of how to treat their sister and their mom. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you're doing a fantastic job with this. Because I think a lot of it comes from the treatment of how you treat me. They can see it and they're like the boys will randomly be like, are you okay, Mom? I just want to make sure you're okay. You need anything?
All the time.
And I'm like, why are y'all asking me? But it's because you consistently be like, are you okay? You need anything? How are you feeling? Do you need to lay down? Like, you're constantly checking in. And so our kids are modeling that same thing. And so I think that's so important to lay like that foundation, even though it seems early. This is some of the things that we're adding. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but these are some of the things that we're adding and bringing in for them now.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to our different parenting styles, I would often have to recuse myself from certain instances, and I mean this probably in the sense of the currency of how much. Yeah. And I literally intentionally now gauge and audit how much thrash am I giving. Man, if you have boys, I don't care who they are. I don't care where you're growing up. You need to learn how to thrash, because how many parents have we seen on TV? Excuse me. Let me retract that. How many kids have we seen on TV?
Kids, yeah.
Who ended up going into a school, a store, or doing something crazy at young ages because they didn't get thrashed.
Because they were not checked on.
They were not checked. They weren't. Okay, let me say it like my wife. They weren't getting checked on, and then after they got checked on, they didn't get thrashed and disciplined. Hey, what you doing up there? That's what I do. You practice. Hey, what you? I don't hear nothing. That's a real thing.
What you watching?
We got cameras everywhere too.
Yeah.
But to let them know that, one, we care, we check on them, we want to safeguard and protect them. We want to give you access to these things. We want to give you access to computers and
But
all
we
these
also
things.
took away access to a lot of stuff too.
Take away when you can't control it.
Yeah.
And your little temper, your little emotions. So how much is too much? You have to have a governor. You have to have an internal, how much thrash, what's the thrash to love ratio?
Threshold.
What's the thrash threshold of how much, if I correct you 2 or 3 times in a row, which is often, I have to, by the 3rd time, find out how to champion, love you, dap you, five you.
Or send your mama in.
Or send your mama in to go handle it. So here's how I know that my ratio is good. Here's how I know I'm a really good father too. Is that I can thrash and I can be hard on my boys. They will end up crying. They will, dad.
But you don't understand.
I will. This is me. I'll be 100. I don't care what y'all DHS people say. I will thrash my son. And then
Maybe don't use the word thrash.
No. You need to hear exactly what I'm saying. Because here's the point. Especially for the millennial parents who little Ricky. Oh, he's got emotional. He's just got big feelings. I spank my boys. I thrash means you get a tap. Like I'll tap if my son he starts to get smart on his mouth, and I let him know this too as well. You need to hear it because I love being transparent, especially black parents. Black parents understand this. Other parents, welcome to the table. The reason why I would thrash my son's mouth, like pop it, or if he hits his brother or sister, I'm going to hit him where he hit them. Because he needs to know that when you grow up in this world, you just can't say whatever you want to say to people. But that's a little bit, have you not watched these late night cop shows of people in road rage?
Yeah.
Because somebody was just, or in the mall, and went back and got a gun and came back. Because you decided to pop off at the mouth and not just walk away. Or you hurt somebody and didn't say sorry. Or you hit your little sister and then you're going to hit your wife one day. It's not going to happen.
Not in our house.
So we put hands where hands get put on. You understand? So this is something all men should do.
Also because, I don't know, when babies are little, I'm just going to bring it back. When babies are little and they bite you, they don't know how it feels.
Yeah.
And so if they continue to bite and you bite them back, they're like, oh, wait, that hurts. Maybe I shouldn't do that. It's the same way when they're older. If he's hitting somebody often and he's never getting hit back, he doesn't know how it feels.
You don't know how it feels.
If he's running his mouth and nobody's ever run his mouth back to him, he doesn't know how it feels.
Come on, let's be 100.
So we have to have a way, because I refuse to raise a bully.
Yeah.
I refuse to raise an abuser.
Yeah.
Not in my house.
Yeah.
But the only way that happens is because you don't realize what that sounds like. You don't realize what that feels like. You don't realize what that's doing. So you need an example.
And this is Bible. It didn't make it on our list, but I'll always remember this because this is actually how I got here and why I'm the man I am today. My mom would frequently say this, and the reason why my mom had to do this because she was raising boys without a man in the house. And the older I got, after my 30s, took about 30 years for me to understand this, is when you're raising boys, a woman's power is no match to a 15-year-old. Your love don't even, love is not enough for the rage or the wrath of a young man.
Testosterone.
Testosterone. Yeah, she just always try to one up me with this
No, I was
education.
just making sure. Yeah.
That's a good way to say it. But in the hood,
Hood.
spare the rod,
Spoil the child.
spoil the child. What that means, if you spare, if you well, little Ricky don't need this, or little Matt don't need this, little Carson.
Carson. What a name. That came out of nowhere.
That's that suburbial. I go to prep school named Carson. That's a real prep school name. There's a lot of good Carsons out there. Anyway, if you put that away, then you're spoiling him to do more of that. And not saying that everybody's going to be that way.
Yeah.
But how I know that I'm balancing well is within about 20 to 30 minutes, my boys act like nothing even happened. Hey, Dad, want to play football? Bro, I just thrashed you. Did you understand what I was saying? Yeah, man, you want to play video games? Hey, can we go out? And they get it. And the yes sirs get more defined. The love, like Nolan, the 5-year-old, he'll come and hug me first.
Yeah.
He'll always come and hug me first. Almost like, sorry, Dad. Like, because no child who really is getting the love that they get from their parents wants to disappoint their parents, and it naturally kind of happens. I never have to say, hey, you disappointed me in that. Even though I have sometimes when our kids act out. But there is a ratio, and everybody don't have to thrash. You probably don't have kids like that. Our kids are a unique combination of kids. And they say and fight with each other, so they get
a unique combination of each other.
But most of the time they're loving. But I tell my sons, especially my sons, and I tell Duke this a lot. It's like the older you get, the worse it gets. So that thrash, 1 second, well, next time be a punch in your chest or your shoulder. Because one day you may say something to the wrong girl, her brother come in, or you on the basketball court and he already soft anyway. Like he used to be. I was like that. I would cry at the drop of a dime. Like I cried 4 times sitting at the table. I cried 4 times sitting at the table. And I didn't get bullied, but I got in places where people were like, man, stand up for yourself a little bit. But when you're privileged and you ain't been nowhere and you don't know nothing, you didn't grow up in the hood. Like my son, he don't know nothing about challenges like that.
No.
You think you're the kind of king of your turf, especially after watching enough YouTube channels, you think you own the world. No. And you understand that there is a law, that there is a way that you handle yourself, treat people, protect people, and the way you honor people. And you do that by serving them, but also the ability to not be a fool and an idiot, and to be able to control your wrath and your anger by getting thrashed. So the thrashings now lessen the repercussions and consequences later. That's what it does. That's what it did for me. And that's what it's doing to my family on these fronts. But knowing too much, I have to go, I need to dial that back. There's one time where I spanked Duke, and I knew it was just too hard. I was like, it was too hard. Like that should never happen again. So, and these are real parent moments. Like a lot of people I don't care what y'all talking about. These are real parenting moments to really protect the child and teach them and discipline them. At the same time, love them. So my thrash ratio is for every 3, and I don't thrash them at all. It's not that common.
It's not even every day.
It's not every day. It's not every week. But when it comes to like, hey, blah, 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 I have to be careful in my tone, my loudness, that it's not the same every time. That it's like, okay, let me wait to this moment. Like Duke did something the other day that, boy, and I kind of forgot about it a little bit. I kind of forgot he did something to his sister, but sometimes I can't challenge everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I used to challenge it. I was like, let me not challenge it. Let me let it. Don't do that again. Hey, watch out for this. Hey, this is thrashing. So there's levels of consequences, but then there's grace, there's mercy, and there's love. I know this is a little long-winded, but this is the measurement of discipline in the house. And so I think this is most important because why? Because I'm going all the time.
There are two elements to this that I think I want to say. One is because of the thrashing, the reason the kids come to you is because in those moments right after, when they want to play video games, when they want to go fishing, when they want to do whatever, you take that time to also make it a lesson.
Yep.
Hey, remember when I whatever.
I actually do that. Yep.
I'm sorry that I had to do whatever, but this is why.
Yep.
And I think that's been important because it's that sew up moment that a lot of us missed as a child because we were getting punished and spanked and all these things, but there was no sew up moment after of like, hey, this is the real world. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And let me explain to you how this can never happen again.
Yeah.
1. 2, in our household, we have made a distinguishment between punishment and discipline. Punishment is because you're bad, you've done something wrong, and now you have to have a consequence. Discipline is because I want to train you in the way that you should go for the future.
That's good.
We don't punish our children. We have never punished our children. We discipline them because we want who they are today to be, we want who they are in the future to be better than the person that they are today.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is with discipline. That's why Jesus had disciples. He was disciplining them. He was constantly having to say something to old Peter.
Who wanted to thrash everybody?
Peter wanted to be the thrasher. And Jesus was like, yo, watch yourself. Like he was constantly having to disciple and discipline his people so that they understood, I'm not always going to be here. And when I'm not here, I need you to carry this on. But you cannot be someone who's abusive, someone who's running their mouth, someone who always is saying something. Because the moment that Peter was like, that's never going to happen. And Jesus was like, get behind me, Satan. Like in that moment, that was a teaching moment. He was like, this is what I have to do. And you can't condemn it. And so you can't always run your mouth. And so some of those things is why we have decided we don't do punishments in our house. We do discipline. It's not always spanking. It's not always all these things. Sometimes they stand in a corner with their nose and toes touching a corner.
I used to hate corners.
I did too. I think it bothers our children more.
There was even a time that I kind of feel like bringing this one back. Me and my brother were so bad, I think. Kind of like Duke and Nolan a little bit, almost like twins. Where my mom used to, we were born in Indiana, raised there for a little bit. And I didn't notice till I got older that this is actually a real place. She used to put Michigan City Prison on paper and put it on the door. And if we got Michigan City, we was in there. And it's a real place. It's a real prison.
We passed by it, didn't we, that one time?
I think so.
That's hilarious.
But it just reminded, like, what she was trying to do is like, hey, if you do this, you're going to go here.
This is where you're going to end up. Yeah.
Because they don't apologize.
Yeah.
You don't get a second chance like that. Yeah. So most people don't. And then if I could, I would take my boys to these juvenile and prison centers to show them, like, hey, this is where these type of acts and disciplines will take place if we don't get to it sooner.
Yeah. I know that we've been talking about discipline and all those things, but I think that it's important to talk about parenting in different seasons of life.
Yeah.
Because we've had moments where it's been very easy and we've had moments that it's been challenging. And I think we can both talk about it, but I think for me, our most challenging season of parenting was when you went on tour. And it was like 2.5 years that you were touring. And in those times, what was it, like 2021 to 2023 or something? Somewhere in there. Nolan was 2. And I've never had a terrible 2 until I had my 3rd child. That baby put the cap on terrible 2s.
He still has some terrible 2s.
They're in there somewhere. But he was 2 and I was 4. I don't remember how old Duke was, like 7. Anyway, I feel like that was my hardest time of parenting. I love the baby stage. I love everything about the baby stage. That is the easiest stage for me. And I think it's easy in our home too, because everybody loves the baby stage. Once we're past the age of like 1.5, that's where stuff starts to get difficult for everybody. And Nolan, I love that baby. But Nolan was our faller outer. He didn't care where we were, what we were doing. If
Oh,
he
yeah.
didn't want to change to something else, he was going to fall out about it.
We were going to have a falling out.
We have exited many places with him thrown over my shoulder and Duke and Anaya grabbing shoes and baby bags and stuff so that we could leave. And Daddy is out gallivanting through downtown drinking coffee at a coffee shop. That was
Something
just
like
one of the hardest times of parenting for me because, in all realness, it was hard because we would establish Monday through Friday or whatever the days were that you were gone on tour and we had a rhythm and a routine, and then you came home and you wanted to be head of the house running things and this is how we're doing it. But then you would leave again on Monday. I mean, you know what I mean? So it was hard to balance, like, wait a minute, when you're not here, I have to run things. Even though, let's not get it twisted, you're still the head of the household even though you weren't in the house.
Get it right. Yeah.
So like we had to, I still was running things by him. It's not like I was just running buck wild. But being the main parent while you were away, and then you coming home and wanting to be the main parent, and then you leaving was a really hard transition, I think, not only for me, but for the kids. And you didn't see that part because you were leaving.
Yeah.
Like you were gone when I had to then be like, it's okay, Daddy, we back, blah, blah. Then you come back, things change, and then you leave again. And so
Yeah.
it was a hard back and forth transition for us anyway. And I can only imagine that there are other parents out there who are either in the touring life or you have a medical spouse who's on 12 hours, off 12 hours, or
in the
whatever
army.
or in the army. That was my next one, who are gone for many months and
Yeah,
years
at
at
a
a time. And then they come back. And so that transition,
And now I'm the entrepreneur phase, founding phase, where I'm going for 3 to 4 days.
yeah, I think because we made it through the touring stage of life, this is not a hard season for me.
Good.
This is probably one of my easiest. The only thing I dislike is I hate sleeping without you. But as far as like parenting, I feel like because we've already established such a foundation now and you're home 85% of the time, that when you do have to travel, it's not that big of, it's more like oh, mommy gets to be the fun parent.
Yeah.
We'll do something fun and then daddy comes back. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm just placating basically for those couple days so that they don't feel like you're gone.
Well, for me, one of the fears that I have for being gone is not for the sake of my daughter not having me around, or you not having me present, because I know you can handle things. You've handled things extremely well. It's that my sons don't have a male presence around them, and especially the little one, as he's somewhat the baby. And Duke can handle himself. He can be by himself, but I don't want my boys to lose sight of the protection that they're interested into, the responsibility. I let them both know anytime I leave, they're responsible, especially Duke. You protect the women, you protect the house. Don't be acting foolish, don't be acting crazy. But even though they're exposed to like media and all these things and the women of our house, I don't want to come back and come back for a lack of words, some sissy boys.
Ooh, okay.
I don't want that. Don't need that. Will not have that. And Nolan being the baby, he's always up underneath you, mommy, 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 all of that. Literally, it's one of my greatest fears is I'm being gone too long. That that testosterone, that male presence will weaken the males in the tribe, and I don't want that. If I go hunting too long, then someone will come to hunt my boys. And that's it was kind of a fear of mine. It's getting better now because they're both really tough and fragile boys at the same time. But they understand like why we are the way we are and why our duties and responsibilities for doing that.
I think we've just gotten better at balancing the
Yeah.
testosterone versus the estrogen in this house now. Like, because we're teaching them for their future, for their future spouses, they can see both sides of like we treat mom and our sister differently because they're softer. And then when we're with dad, we're rough and we're tough.
Be rough, tough, fight. You can punch me in any
And
moment.
so the hardest one right now is Nolan.
Yeah.
He's very 5. I mean, he is the 5-year-old you'll ever see in your life. And so he's into flipping, jumping, punching, all those things. And sometimes he forgets, oh, wait, I can't hit mommy. But I can hit daddy all day. And so that's the transition we're in now of like, you can be tough, you can be crazy, all of that, but you don't hit a woman.
Yeah.
Again, because we're laying a foundation. A lot of people be like, oh, but he's just a baby. He doesn't understand what he's doing. You're right, but if we never correct it, then he grows up and he's still a baby and he's then hitting a woman
Yeah.
or a girlfriend
Yeah.
or some chick that he's met. Anyway, it goes into a long line. We're laying the foundation. We're responsible.
We've been through enough. We've seen enough. And I love how this is so relevant because we see the Diddy's of the world.
Oop, yep.
Like on camera. Like not like hearsay, like, bro, you're on camera beating a girl.
Yeah.
This is why I thrashed. Diddy didn't get thrashed. He didn't grow up with a daddy.
He didn't. He grew up
Grow
with a
with mama.
mama who
It's smart,
idolized
though.
him.
Who idolized him. Oh, see, now I see how you brought that back. I see how you did that. You couldn't wait for that little punchline.
Couldn't wait for that.
Jeffrey Epstein. I can't imagine what his home life,
Yeah, I don't
but
know
you
nothing
can
about that
kind of
man.
get it. You can kind of get. Where was your mom and daddy at, bro? Like there was no way you was bringing girls into your mom and daddy house like this. Like it can't be a thing.
Or he was over sheltered.
Over sheltered, like super spoiled, left alone. Oh, Jeffrey will be fine. City, blah, 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 blah. Like probably nothing like that. But yeah, this is why, because of what we've seen when we get older, we know what that's like. And so one of the things that I am proud of that we get to do with our kids is intentionally spend time with them. From daddy-daughter dates.
Family Fun Fridays.
Family Fun Fridays. We do a lot. I know you've heard like some meat, but the reason why our relationships are so good with our kids, because we're uniquely intentional. My wife does so much stuff with these kids every day. I do so much stuff as a dad that most dads don't get to do. Like, hey, y'all gonna go for a walk on the trail? Hey, let's just go and go to the zoo. I took them to the zoo like 2 days ago. Just me and them.
Yeah.
You know, and where I'm just like, hey, the boys, I think the boys gonna stay home. The girls go out and go grocery shopping or go hang out or do whatever. But then it can switch where you have the boys and I have Anaya, things like that.
Yeah, we did. You did a father-daughter dance, and I got to take the boys to a movie. It was such a great little time.
Yeah.
Sorry, just reminiscing.
Yeah. So having those type of intentional dynamics splits the difference when it comes to discipling, discipline. I was trying to find another D word. And the dynamics
Oh, there you go.
of your home, especially raising kids. And that changes. We don't have a teen yet, even though it feels like we got 2 of them. We know that time will come. But when you're starting a family with a business and you try to do things the kingdom way, the best way to raise them is make sure you're intentionally training them in the ways that they should go. Not just what you think they should go, but in the
that's
ways
important.
that they should go to where they can live their lives, they can govern themselves, they can
Hear God for themselves.
they can hear God for themselves.
They can see the vision for their own family, for
Yeah.
themselves.
So even when we're praying, or even at the dinner table, and there's some things that we need to do more of. We need to pray more with them, especially at night.
My favorite thing is having them pray at dinner.
At dinner, we have them pray at dinner, and for each other if something's going wrong. And so definitely having that spiritual opportunity that I think we can actually lean and invest into more. That's what I really want to do more of. Another thing I want to do that I said out loud to a couple of weeks ago is like, I used to do a lot of bedtime stories. Like, I just got tired of it. I don't think I want to lose that. I want to find that rhythm back to where it's like, oh, they know at bedtime our parents is closing us out, and they actually sleep better too.
True.
Because now it's like we're yelling 15 times, like, go to bed, who's up? That whole thing, when I know most of the time when I go up there and I tell them a story or just sit with them, like about 5-10 minutes, they're done. I have to make that conscious effort in this season, even though I'm in my closet on the computer, I'm sending out this text message over here, I'm checking on this app over here, I'm checking on this video. Like, I want to keep that sacred as long as possible, because there's gonna be a time where I can go to the bedroom and put them to sleep. That's a real situation, and I want to record those and make memories of that. Now I have Claude to help me with more stories, especially throughout my day. And then now they're participating in those. Those are just special moments I want to keep. So yeah, finding those moments to be dynamic, to spend one-on-one time, to spend fun time. We actually do a lot of that's a perk about having a family and kingdom businesses. You get to do stuff most people don't get to do.
Yeah.
We get to go places, like I get to bring my family on the road with me on trips and like events and like projects. I bring them with me, and most of the time that's how I want it. I think I was sharing with my wife that the end game for me is to do whatever I'm doing with the world only with them.
Yeah.
Like, we're making our videos and our podcasts. Like, we're monetizing. We're building our tech family app, like stuff like that. Where I can spend more time with them. That's like the main goal, even though that's a bit selfish, but I think it's a good selfish.
Yeah. I know we've said a lot in this segment today on children and marriages and all of this stuff, but I do want to give just a couple practical ways that you can make sure that your marriage is centered first before your children, because a strong, healthy marriage will help to build a strong, healthy family, and it'll give your kids a foundation to become strong, healthy individuals.
Yeah.
One of the things that we do is we speak life and positive things about our marriage and about each other in front of our children. We are not ones to bash each other in front of the kids or talk about some of the harder things that are going on in our marriage in front of our children. Our children are really protected from a lot of that. And so a lot of things that we do, though, is we talk about how much we love being married, how much we love marriage, how we can't wait until they're married, how we want them to treat their spouses, how some of the things I love that daddy does for me, or some of the things that you love that I do for you. And we go on individual dates with the kids to show them some of the things that they could be doing. Another one we do, I think you just talked about this, that we need to get back to, is putting our kids to bed consistently in a way so that we have time together. And so when we were doing our bedtime routines with them, it was a lot easier because, you know, at the end of the night, they ended with one of us, and then we knew we were going to have a consistent hour or two for just us. We could knock things out like podcasts, but then after the podcast, we had enough time to have a moment for just us. Another one is we pray over the children. We pray over them a lot individually. You're really great at this, and it's one of the sexiest things that you do, is that you will take a moment to just, the kids will be in there. It'll be a quiet moment that one kid is in there by themselves with us, and you'll take the time to lay hands on them and pray over them. And I think that's such a beautiful thing for them. And then we make sure that they understand that date nights for us are sacred. Mommy and daddy are going on a date. This is why we're going on a date. We will not go on dates because you just don't want us to. Don't you think so?
Yeah.
We've made sure that they understand why date nights are important, what we're doing. We will always come back for you, but we need this moment for just us. Or do not come downstairs tonight. It's date night for mommy and daddy. Like, we make sure that they understand date nights are sacred. We also go on marriage retreats every year. We've been extremely blessed in this area, though, I think, because once every summer, my amazing sister-in-law, your sister, will take our children, since Duke was 2 or 3, for an entire week in June. And we know that they are safe. I don't have to worry about them, but it gives us time for just us. And she has taken them even when they were babies. Like, I would have a baby, and she'd be like, all right, summertime's here. They're 7, 8 months. She'd be like, give me the baby. Like, she has made sure. I don't even know if she knew why she was doing it. I think she just wanted that relationship with the kids. But for her to be able to do it really healed a place in our marriage that we were able to stay close and connected that I think sometimes people don't get. And we've been blessed tremendously in that area. And now we get 2 weeks every summer because the godparents take them too. Like my amazing sister-in-law will take them for a week, and then their fantastic godparents will take them for the week after that. And so we have 2 weeks where one of those weeks is focused on just our marriage, and we call it a marriage retreat. And we will go somewhere, we do something fun, we talk to each other, we hash out what we needed for the first 6 months and talk about what we're going to do for the next 6 months. And it's just us time. And it's my favorite time of the year. And then usually the week after that, we have like individual time.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful too.
Yeah.
And then before we had children, we laid a foundation. This is another one. Before we had kids, we laid a foundation of what our expectations were for our children, how we wanted them to be raised, how we wanted to educate them, what we wanted them to know, to do, to be, all of those things. So those are just some practical things, I think, that helped our marriage and to keep our marriage first before the kids.
One thing I would add to that, when the connect really with that went with our parenting style, our parenting discipline, which everybody will have their own version of that, and it will change. Yeah. Hopefully, it gets better, not worse, where it's too 100%. Late. And that's the thing. That's the reason why you want to start parenting and discipline early, so it gets easier. Yeah. Not that it's too late. Like, oh my God. Yeah, you're trying to play catch up. One of the most valuable things that I learned I could probably remember back when I was known as age 5, really? That my mom taught me, that I still do today, that I taught them, that is like the crown jewel, is the discipline to communicate by saying yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Yeah. That little small thing, have them do it as a 2-year-old. Like, after mommy, daddy, tell them to say yes, sir, no, sir.
Now, this is really contingent, I think, that I'm learning on like Southern versus Northern America.
Westerns, yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, like Southern parents, especially Black Southern parents, are extremely disciplined on this. Yeah. You gonna say yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Yeah. But like Northern parents, that's not really a thing.
Get out of my room, Mom.
Like, I meant Black parents. I think Black parents are more into teaching their children to say yes, ma'am, no, sir. Don't you?
Yeah. It's kind of a
the only time I've ever met white kids who have said it have been Southern white kids. Yeah. It's just a thing that's instilled in you in the South.
Yeah, like I think most Black people I know are kind of like that. Yeah. I would say that there needs to be a ground rule for everybody. One, you don't understand the respect level that you get when the default is. I see why they do it in the military. It's malicious. But it just lines them to let them know, one, who's boss, who's in control, what's in order, how to get back in order. And it's one of the highest praises I get about my kids, actually, especially my boys. When other people hear it, they're like, "Oh man, how'd you do that?" Like, you get them to say that, like, "Oh, bro,
I don't get them to say it."
They know how to say it. They know the color of it. They know how to spell it backwards and forwards. Just because I want them, when they're not in my presence, that they're respecting their elders, they're respecting other people. Like, sometimes you run into these kids and they talk to you how they talk to their parents, and you just want to thrash them.
I will correct a kid in a heartbeat.
Boy, you got other people's problems, other people's kids. And so that, I think, brings them back to just a center. And I love when other kids do it too as well. It's just like, oh, man, you can tell that there's some type of raised rightness somewhere. Yeah. And so, that's a quick nugget.
That's good. I think I want to give you guys a challenge this week. When you're around your kids this week, start to say some things about your spouse or your marriage that are important to you. Let them see that you choose each other. Most important, our children know. They'll ask us all the time, who do you love the most? And I will always say, I love daddy the most. And he will always say, I love mommy the most. And be like, you love him more than me? Yes, I do. Because that love is why you're here. Yeah. And that will never change. Daddy is the most important person to me, and then you fall in line after that.
Somewhere.
Equally. All three of them are equally. I love them all the same, depending on the day.
Facts.
But we make sure to let them know. And so I challenge you this week to make it known to your children how important your marriage is to them. And if you've been struggling in this area of putting your marriage before your kids, do one thing this week to take a step towards that. So remember why you fell in love, because love is what made those kids.
Yeah.
But why did you fall in love with your spouse? Why did you want to procreate with them? Why did you want to share DNA into another entity with that person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very, very special thing. And we know why God invented it, but we also know why he ordered it and structured it and gave us some laws and commandments to help protect it, build it, strengthen it, and multiply it. So I'm excited about that. And excited about the different ways and dynamics you guys are going to raise your children. Please comment some other ideas now. If you got another way to thrash, let me know. But we want to be modest and respectful and loving more than anything. That's the whole point of that. And then, whatever nuggets you guys take from this, hopefully it blesses your home and, your lives. And so you want to pray us out?
Yeah. Father God, we just come to you right now and we just thank you for every marriage that is listening to this podcast today. We thank you for every parent that is listening to this podcast today. Thank you, Father God, that you are giving them ways to put their marriage first. Thank you that you're showing them why they fell in love with each other and that they're able to rekindle that love this week after watching this podcast. Thank you that we are all out here trying to figure it out, Lord, but you have given us a blueprint of how to raise kingdom children to love you for the rest of their lives. And I thank you that you are giving every parent that has watched this podcast a different way to be able to instill in them your love for them, Father God, that we all raise kingdom children who follow the Lord all the days of their lives. We thank you for it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
This is Married to Marriage.